Hi, Jay Smith, Air Continental Realty of Jackson. We're at 3725 Brentwood Avenue, Boulevard, something like that. Little cul-de-sac house in a pretty clean and quiet neighborhood. Just getting ready to walk on in. And I was just noticing here at the front door, somebody just brush painted this recently. It's, you can see the brush marks on there. It's okay. They didn't do a fabulous job, but they definitely, hit the older deadbolt, you can see, and the older doorknob, you can see the doorknob there is kind of ancient and definitely in need of a replacement. This is a poor quality doorknob in any case, but it's it's not in good shape. It works, but I definitely want to get this guy replaced, and you might as well replace them both while you're at it, especially if you're buying the house. So got some beetles. All right, this is definitely on a slab. I don't think we have, oh yeah, we've got power. Okay, so we've got power. So let's just take a walk through. First thing, right away, the paint. All right, I mean, it's banged up. You're definitely gonna see some bang up and dents, nail holes and whatnot, but the color here is not conducive to people being happy. You definitely want to get this house painted. If you're going to rent it or live in it, it makes it feel like a cave, the color here. The baseboards are all pretty stained. Can't really say what is going on with the staining there, but it looks like we've got some kind of water staining happening, some swelling, and a lot of discoloration in the baseboards. And that's throughout the house. But I mean, you can see the color here, how dark that is. It really makes it feel more cave-like than it really is. Nice high ceilings. I appreciate the 9-foot ceilings in here. And the windows all look pretty good. They put down these little marble panels for the window sills. And that's okay. I don't know if I like that or not, but I don't think it matters. The blinds are in, but they're not in the most fabulous of shape. They are there. Looks like they're mostly working, but they're not in the most fabulous of shape. Looks like the vents need some clean out, and with the dust that's blowing on the ceiling here, I'd say probably they haven't had a filter in a long time. Might be a good idea to get a filter in there as well. Looking at the kitchen, we've got tile floors laid down in just a square pattern, a standard pattern, granite countertops, which I like granite. These days I prefer granite over quartz because the quartz cutters, that's a very dangerous job. The dust from quartz does damage to lungs similar to asbestos. So I'm actually thinking probably soon the quartz is going to be something that's going to be off the market as a result of that. And you know how some people are. They might not like the fact that the countertops that they have have caused somebody injury. So granite is better. Now the problem with granite is, and you might be able to see here, this kind of darker area. This whole thing is darker, and you'll have a lot of that over here too. This is all darker because granite does pick up and absorb different liquids. Oils and other things that spill on there definitely can stain that granite. It's impossible to get it out once it's been stained. Cabinets are the old oak style cabinets. At least the hinges are on the inside. With the press board shelving with the little plastic holder, susceptible to moisture. We definitely got beetles in the house. That's not necessarily a bad thing or a problem, but there are wood boring beetles, and if that's what you've got, then that definitely can be an issue. I'd still say, regardless, you probably just want to get an exterminator out to take care of those either way. Standard close, not the soft close on those. The faucet is a pull down style faucet with the spray. Looking under the sink, I don't see a lot of water problem, although there is some roaches And I also don't see a garbage disposal. So no garbage disposal in here. There is a dishwasher. So that's something anyway. A lot of times a home this size doesn't have them. Some of the knobs here are loose. And this drawer is ready to, fall out. Needs to be replaced or repaired, I should say. The runners are broken in there. Okay, small little pantry. The door is really sticky. Lots of bugs. Yeah, and I don't think these are roaches. Well, maybe they are. Yep, it's roaches. So we got a lot of little baby roaches in here, in this little pantry space. So yeah, once again, definitely going to want to get the exterminator in before you have any tenants. The blinds, you've got some staining on the blinds. They probably just need a cleaning. Okay, so let's have a look down the hallway. More patching on places for paint. You're going to see a bunch of that. I've noticed a bunch of that so far as we've been walking through here. So you've got this luxury vinyl plank that's been put down. And then you have tile in what would be the laundry space and in the bathrooms. And then what appears to be carpet. Well, it is carpet. In the bedrooms. More dark colors. I mean, you can't get much more cave-like than dark gray, which is lovely. Thank you. We don't have a light that works here. This particular bedroom has a double door closet. One of the pulls for the door needs to be replaced. The door itself has been damaged, but you could probably put some paint on that and nobody would even notice. Closet size is good. Maybe, what is this? Maybe 14 feet long. It's really deep back in there. It's not deep this way, but it's a really long closet, maybe 30 inches deep, which is definitely enough, with a metal shelf that goes the entire length of the closet. So some paint, removal of the TV mount, replace the smoke detector. The ceiling fan seems to be good. It just needs... Oh, okay. So you can't pull the pole, that one. You can pull this one, but I don't know if this is the light pole, but it doesn't pull. It's totally stuck. So something's up with that. Maybe that just needs to be replaced. Okay, let's have a look here in the laundry. Oh, and at the panel. So this is the first place where the walls have been white, but the white is pretty dirty, as you can see around the light switch here. Definitely needs some cleanup. They did some paint testing on the wall and just left it like that. Panel is a square D. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Nicely marked so you can tell what everything is. So no recall on that particular square D, which is good. This is the laundry area. It's just dirty. With the shelf up above, dryer vent, and pigtail connector, washer dryer hookups. It's all good. Right by this back door, some of the luxury vinyl plank is here, leftovers, and some of the carpet, I think so. Probably both of those things are new in this house. And that's good if you've got a few extra pieces to replace places that get broken. And having a little extra carpet for patching is nice. Okay. The doorknob is okay. The deadbolt is really tight. And then this just goes back out to that back porch that we looked at earlier. Okay. Okay. I thought that this was the laundry, but maybe this is the HVAC. Yep. Okay. So here's where the furnace is and the water heater both in this little closet. Water heater looks good. It's in a pan. CPVC connections. There is a cutoff right there at the water heater. Thank you for that. The furnace looks like it's in pretty good shape. I can't see an age on it, but once again, this is probably original equipment. So it's a few years old, but it's not too filthy. And some of this should have a box or some conduit to cover it up, but I think that's the low voltage, so it probably isn't that big of a deal. The main power in is definitely wrapped. You have a doorbell, and that's where your doorbell controller is at. I wondered, because usually that's in the hallway, but that's okay. Where they have it there, it's here, and it's safe from, you know, hands. Now, we've got a cracked tile here in the corner. And as you can see, we still have quite a lot of damage to the base. All of the base, in fact, looks the same. Every place I look, it's the same. Got another cracked tile here. That's probably because the transition in height between the tile top and the LVP is not great. You know, it's probably, this is a little bit higher than this side, and where this transition is, when you step on it, you're basically stepping on the edge of the tile, and it pushes it down. Now that just means that this tile was not installed correctly. Maybe you could pop that guy out and put another tile down, and just make sure that your mortar, when you put that tile down, it comes up right up to the edge, so that there's not going to be any place that you could put pressure and break the edge of the tile. This one is okay. This one is okay. This one here has that similar kind of an issue where there's been some damage because of the transition height. Okay, bathroom. Tile work is not the best here. You can see quite a lot of gap. You've got a lot of broken grout here as well. This all needs to be cleaned out and re-grouted. This is okay, and this is okay on this side, but see here that you don't have the corners square, so whoever did this didn't really know what they were doing. These tiles are not flat either. This tile tips up, this one tips up, and you can see that back there behind the toilet, how it's tipped up, and the grout has basically cracked there from the pressure of the toilet on the tile. So just to clean out of some grout mainly, and a re-grout would be, you know, the answer there. You definitely need some caulk or re-caulking at the tub surround to keep your walls clean. The tub is solid, but it's not looking pretty. Or maybe it's not solid. Maybe that's broken. Yeah, okay, so this is actually broken. It's a big, very big chunks of broken out here. How that happened, I don't know, but definitely is. So that, you know, you could paint. There's a special paint that you can put in there to paint that, so you wouldn't be able to see it. It doesn't look like it's leaking. I'd actually be more concerned about this one here leaking, because these are chipped, but it's chipped off, but the substrate is still intact. So maybe this tub surround, you could leave it in place and just you know, paint it. Put a little epoxy there on the crack. The valve, I can't tell if it's good or not, but there has been a lot of water dripping down there, so maybe there's an issue. Also, I'm seeing that the mount screws are, that could just be the beauty ring that is loose there, but those mount screws are definitely loose. Both of them are out. No glass door, which is too bad, because, you know, floor damage, problems with the sill plates on your walls in your bathroom, almost always a direct result of kids or other people in the tub or shower when there's a curtain and water splashing out. Putting some glass doors in will definitely extend the life of your walls and floors, especially if it was off grade. This isn't, it's on a slab, definitely on a slab. But if it was off grade, you know, definitely would extend the life. And I still say the same thing, it's gonna save you some base. I don't see base coat down here, only the regular baseboard. Tile is okay, but you know, the grout line along the tub there's gonna go bad. So definitely you wanna get this caulked up so it sealed it in a little bit. Vanity, single sink vanity with the two doors. Looking underneath, it looks like there's been some water stain, but you know, nothing crazy. That could actually just be from some kind of you know, liquid in a bottle, soap or whatever. The big picture mirror has some damage along the edges on both sides. You can see here where the metallic reflective surface on the back of the mirror is starting to come out, and that is a humidity problem. So this fan, yeah, that's why. That guy needs to be replaced. And you definitely have to do something about the furnace as far as getting the vents cleaned out and putting a filter in there. Oh my God. Vanity light is new. You can see where the old mount was behind it. Walls, of course, could use some paint. There is a medicine cabinet that's here. It's okay. Towel holder behind the door is broken, needs to be replaced. If you're gonna do that, I mean, I guess it's up to you. The poles are pretty nasty. I'd change those poles out too, I guess. There's a small hand towel holder here, that's okay, but the toilet paper holder also is basically missing, and we'll have to put another one of those guys in. GFCI looks okay. I don't see a green light, but you know, maybe that's all right with that one. Outlet cover, they just haven't been getting the fan turned on, so the screws are all rusted out, which makes me wonder what I'm gonna find behind that. It looks like it's pretty sealed in, but there could still be moisture that gotten back in there, and I'd want to know what's going on. So continuing on down the hallway, now there's a switch here. Let's see if we can get this hall light on. Yeah, okay, hall light's on. So you've got a linen closet here at the end of the hall by the last two bedrooms. We're gonna hit those. Ventilation for air pressure. They've got the vents over the doorways. That's per fire code. This bedroom here, once again, you've got a lot of wall work that needs to be, I mean, paint. I'm not seeing a lot of damage. You know, it's just a lot of painting. This would be the master bedroom. I can't get the ceiling fan to come on. Let's see if I can. No, can't get it to come on at all. If the switch is on or off, it does nothing. So maybe there's an issue there. Yet another smoke detector that has been removed. These are the wired in ones. You know, they still have a battery, and when the battery goes bad, that's the backup battery, that thing will start to chirp, and you just can't change it out or fix it. People think that, you know, basically just chuck it. But this connector is a very standard connector, and you probably will be able to put in a couple of new ones and just connect them up to the lines there. Once you get them cleaned up, and this is pretty disgusting, right? Okay, closet. So you got a double pull closet door. It's not as big as the last closet we looked at, but it's still good size. It may be 10 feet long and 32 inches deep. Shelf runs the full length. So nice sized closet in the master. Two windows let in a decent amount of light. Need lots of paint. Definitely need some dust work. You know what I do is I get my yard blower and I blow that crap out off of the ceiling with that. So maybe that's the way you can do it. You get a compressor with the little air pressure thing. You can do the same. So this is a very similar bathroom to the last one. In fact, I would say it's exactly the same as the last one. The difference is that well, it's leaking just like the last one is, dripping water. The difference is that at least this drain is not shattered, although it's full of bugs. And this valve probably needs to be replaced. It's off, but we still got quite a lot of water coming out. So you're gonna have to replace the valve. You've got a lot of water damage up here over the shower head. The wall is swelling over the shower, which means that the caulk has gone bad and the paint has failed. So, you know, we're probably gonna have to cut a little piece out of this and get that cleaned up. and sealed. This is a standard texture, so that shouldn't be too hard to cut that out, and then just, you know, after you get your mud work done, just put this same texture down. That's a pretty typical texture. Same kind of picture mirror, same kind of damage on the glass. This fan works, but it's also very filthy, so probably needs a clean out. I would suggest that rather than having two switches, that these be wired together so that when you turn on the light, it also turns on the fan. And that way, you don't have to worry about whether your tenant is using that fan and whether the water is the steam is going to cause more damage. So, last bedroom, lovely green color. You can't see it, but it's green on two walls. Oh, there you can see it kind of a little bit. And brown. I can't get the light to come on. Same thing as before. There is no smoke detector. You know, you have to have those if this is going to be a rental. So that's something. Same kind of double door closet, about the same size as the last one, maybe 10 feet by 32 with the metal shelf that goes all across there. Lots of hangers for whoever moves in. Cutout for cable, and they did not put it in a J-box and seal it up. But you know, that's a pretty easy thing to get done. Or maybe just the cover is off. So you're also missing the smoke detector in the hallway. Here's your attic access. There's the doorbell. So, you know, looking at this house with everything. There we go. With everything. There's really not a lot of work here. Roof is good. Walls are solid. You need paint. You need paint. Mainly, you need paint and some cleanup. There is the damage to the tub surround in the hallway bathroom, but that's a paint job. I think the worst part is probably going to have to do with the valves that you have here, because where's the wet wall for that? Okay, so they share a wet wall, but, you know, how are you going to, you're going to have to take this toilet out and cut, and it's going to be the same for that one. So you're definitely going to have to do a little wall work in here to change the valves out in the bathrooms, because that probably is going to have to be done. Both of them are leaking, and I think that's probably the worst amount of work that you need. You know, you definitely should get that guy replaced. And I would, as I said, get both of those switches wired into one, so when the light comes on, the fan does too. And that'll save you some pain. But, you know, otherwise, I think interior paint, $5,000, some valves, maybe another $1,000. You're definitely going to be in changing out some lights. You're going to definitely be into this for less than $10,000 of work for yourself. You know, unless you're going to go crazy on it, and I don't see how that would happen. I just can't imagine that you'd have to go for more than $10,000. Even if you replace all the baseboards in the house, you know, it costs you another $2,500 to do that. Will you be in any kind of a serious problem? So, house is nice. Neighborhood on the cul-de-sac, 9-foot high ceilings. The rooms aren't huge, but they're not bad sized. House definitely needs some paint. The kitchen is kind of tiny, but you know, it's laid out pretty well. So all things considered, I think this is a great little property. And I really do think, you know, it's not going to take a lot of work to get it up to where it needs to be. So with that said, we're at 3725 Brentwood Boulevard is what it is. And little house for sale right now for $175,000. Started out at $212, and I think it probably would have still appraised at $212, but at $175, I think you're getting a good deal, even with the amount of work you have to do in it. So with all of that said, I'll go ahead and get out of here, and we'll head out, and we'll be seeing you at the next one.